And it's my honor now to introduce today's guest speaker. House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries represents the 8th District of New York. He is currently serving in his 7th term in Congress. He served as a Democratic leader since 2022. He is the highest-ranking Democrat in the House of Representatives. His entire time in Congress, especially during his time as leader, Congressman Jeffries has always stood with us. We've talked about this week the Protect Our Letter Carriers Act, that when it was first introduced, we had a press conference. Leadership in Congress does not come to these press conferences, but Leader Jeffries was there with us that day. He's been with us from the start on that bill and has always prioritized our safety. When the threat of privatization seemed inevitable, he stood with us to fight back. Leader Jeffries is always on our side. He not only stands with us, he supports all workers and understands the value and important roles of unions. We are grateful for his support and proud to have a House Democratic leader that we can count on. Brothers and sisters, please join me in welcoming our friend, House Democratic leader Hakeem Jeffries.
Are the letter carriers in the house right now? Are you all ready to fight like hell? Are you ready to work together to make sure that in November we take our country back? Well, good afternoon, everyone. What an honor and a privilege to be here with each and every one of you. So thankful for you, certainly to President Renfro. I appreciate our friendship, our partnership, and his tremendous leadership of this great union. President Renfro was one of the great union leaders this side of heaven, and I really appreciate his incredible service. To my fellow New Yorkers, and I ain't never had an escort committee like that before. So I'm so thankful for them and to the executive board and to each and every one of you. What an honor and a privilege to be here with all of you at this great convention. So thankful for the work that all of you do. I'm someone, of course, who was raised in a working class neighborhood in central Brooklyn. Grew up in a union household. Both my parents, public employees throughout their entire career. And so I feel right at home with all of you. Your values are our values, and my values are your values. And we're going to continue to stand up for letter carriers today, stand up for letter carriers tomorrow, stand up for letter carriers forever. That's what House Democrats will continue to do. Now, in addition to growing up in a working class neighborhood, growing up in a union household, my mother raised us in the Cornerstone Baptist Church. And we would go to church, Sunday school, every single Sunday. I'm thankful for it now, but every single Sunday, week after week, month after month, year after year, raised in Sunday school in the Cornerstone Baptist Church. And as my younger brother and I thought about it later on in life, because of the frequency of how often we'd be going to Sunday school, we used to think that we were mail carriers for the Lord. Y'all know why? Because it didn't matter if it was raining, snowing, sleeting, or hailing. If it was Sunday morning, we were going to church. But what an incredible thing that when the country, my younger brother and I, but when the country thinks about hard work, thinks about dedication, thinks about perseverance, thinks about overcoming obstacles, whatever they may be, people think about all of you and letter carriers across the nation. That's what the letter carriers are all about. Postal workers are all about hard work and dedication and perseverance. And of course, we know that the Postal Service, it's an iconic institution, one of the only institutions ever mentioned in the United States Constitution, and was always thought of as central to the growth and development of our nation. And so the Postal Service, this institution that you all serve so incredibly well, in my view, postal workers are just as American as motherhood, baseball, and apple pie. That's what you all represent. Interesting, of course, that Ben Franklin was the first Postmaster General, one of the leading founding fathers, framers of the Constitution, first Postmaster General. I think it's kind of ironic, however, we went from Ben Franklin to the waste management guy. What a perfect analogy for this administration right now. But it doesn't matter who's at the top. The heart and soul of the Postal Service are represented by each and every one of you. And that's why we'll continue. And I'm so thankful for your work. Now, these are challenging times as we navigate this environment, unprecedented extremism being unleashed on the American people. But through all of these challenges, I'm so thankful for the work that we've been able to do together, notwithstanding how difficult things have been from COVID the last few years and what's unfolded over the last year or two, and certainly in Washington, D.C. But together, we were able to pass and have signed into law the Postal Service Reform Act of 2022 to make sure we protect your pension and protect your health care at all times. And then together, in 2024, we were able to pass and have signed into law, again by President Joe Biden, the Social Security Fairness Act to protect your earned benefits. And notwithstanding all of the challenges that we confront right now, together we're going to make sure that we pass legislation to end the workplace violence that you all have experienced and make sure at all times letter carriers are treated with the dignity and respect that you deserve. At all times. So we look forward to that continued work together. We also know in this environment, big challenges in the United States of America, unprecedented extremism, an administration that promised to lower costs on day one. Costs haven't gone down, costs have gone up. And life in this country right now is far too expensive. There are too many people, like all of you, working hard, playing by the rules, difficult to thrive, and in many instances can barely survive. Life is too expensive in the United States of America, and we believe that in this great country of ours, when you work hard and play by the rules, like all of you do, you should be able to live an affordable life, live a comfortable life, and live the good life. Can I break that down? Good paying job, good housing, good health care, a good education for your children, and when it's all said and done, a good retirement. That's what this union fights for. That's what we're going to fight for. And that, of course, means at all times we're going to make sure these MAGA extremists keep their hands off your Social Security and your Medicare. Work hard, play by the rules, and live the good life. And no movement has done more to make sure that that quintessential American dream has been brought to life than the men and women of organized labor. And we will continue as House Democrats to stand with you, push back against the attacks on unions, and when we get control of the gavels, to protect the right to organize at all times. We also believe in America, the wealthiest country in the history of the world, that healthcare can't simply be a privilege available only to the wealthy, the well-off, and the well-connected. Access to high-quality and affordable healthcare must be a right available to every single American. And we're committed to working to make sure that that happens. And lastly, we're focused on making sure that we deal with the corruption that has been unloaded on the American people in such an unprecedented way. Because when you've got folks in high office, including the highest office in the land, unleashing unprecedented corruption on the American people, if folks are too focused on enriching themselves, their family members, their friends, and their donors, then they're not focused on making your life better. And so, beginning on day one, when House Democrats get the gavels, we're going to hold the crooks accountable. Beginning on day one. And deliver to you a government of the people, by the people, and for the people. That's what you all deserve. And you're the best of America in that regard. So House Democrats are going to fight for an affordable America. We're going to fight to lower the high costs of groceries, gas, and housing. We're going to fight to make sure affordable health care is available to every single American. We're going to fight to get ICE under control. And we're going to fight to end this reckless war of choice over in the Middle East and stop spending money over there so we can spend money over here to make your life more affordable. And we know that there's an attack on our democracy, an attack on the Postal Service in that regard. We're going to protect the right for everyday Americans to vote in whatever way possible, including voting by mail. And we're thankful for the important work that you do in that regard, which is why one of our big priorities in protecting the right for every American to vote in whatever way that that state chooses is most appropriate, that when we get the gavels in the next Congress, one of our top priorities will be to pass the John Robert Lewis Voting Rights Advancement Act so we can end the era of voter suppression in the United States of America once and for all. Thank you for your work. in that regard. Let me close by just offering a word of encouragement that comes from some words that the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. once offered during the early days of the civil rights movement, which of course began in December of 1955. A few months after that, in March of 1956, Dr. King went to Brooklyn to speak to a gathering of folks, hundreds if not thousands of folks, people of goodwill, who wanted to figure out how they could help change the direction in the United States of America. In the face of all of the oppression and segregation and brutal Jim Crow-like tactics, there were a lot of folks who were skeptical about the ability of the then early movement for civil rights to be successful. But Dr. King said to them that no matter what the obstacles were, it was important to at all times press on and keep pressing. That's what Dr. King said. And then he told that gathering that if you can't fly, run. If you can't run, walk. If you can't walk, crawl. But at all times, press on and keep pressing. And so, I just stopped by to tell you all, in addition to thanking you for the incredible work that you do, the service that you provide to more than 330 million Americans all across this great country, that at this moment in time, we've got to press on and keep pressing. Press on for our children. Press on for our seniors. Press on for our veterans. Press on for our farmers. Press on for our dreamers. Press on for our unions. Press on for working class folks. Press on for the middle class. Press on for the poor. Press on for the sick. Press on for the afflicted. Press on for the least. Press on for the lost. Press on for the left behind. Press on for civil rights. Press on for voting rights. Press on for health care rights. Press on for reproductive rights. Press on for immigration rights. Press on for social justice. Press on for racial justice. Press on for economic justice. Press on for freedom. Press on for democracy. Press on for civil service. Press on until victory is won. God bless you.
Great job, man. Well done. I got something for you here. All right, come forward. Okay, you're all standing. I want everyone to turn and face the back of the hall for a second. See all those blue shirts?
Yeah.
That's everybody that participates in the Letter Carrier Political Fund, that are all in this fight together. And we have a Letter Carrier Political Fund shirt for you.
All right.
And you might remember this tradition we have of a letter carrier cheer. You ready? How about a letter carrier cheer for Democratic leader Hakeem Jeffries? Hip, hip. Hip, hip. Hip, hip. Awesome. Great job, buddy.